G'day YouTube, Warbles on a lot here. Have you been paying any attention to the issue of people advocating for a quote cashless society? I have. It's been annoying me, it's been irritating me for all kinds of various reasons. Tonight I was looking at my YouTube feed and there came a video from the Australian Broadcasting Corporation, the ABC, and it was an abject puff piece prognosticating that the way forward is for a cashless society because that's the way forward, because the students of one college of higher education in Adelaide had been polled and all the students thought that cash is going on the way out. And anybody who wants to have cash in their life, they're just foolish, because internet, intercommunication, connectivity, the cloud. Why would you want to actually have a bank book and have to go to the bank and have the bank keep a paper record of how much money you've got in your bank account, and for you to keep a duplicate that they've stamped and certified to say it's accurate, so that next time you can go into any other bank run by that particular corporation and the other bank will be able to, we'll give you some money on your account in another branch. Not a problem. Here's your passport. Well, as I often do, I took to the YouTube comments section and I had a crack at making a comment, and I made what I thought was a very polite comment, and I'm going to show it unto you because after I made the comment, I found there was a problem with the comment. So I went into it and I went to edit it, and I was told that the comment had failed to post. So either Auntie ABC or YouTubularosity's software censor program decided what I said was not fit to be said. And what I have discovered is that I can say shit in front of a camera that I'm not permitted to say in the comments thread. So let's have a bit of a look, shall we? Sorry about this, it's going to be handheld. Okay, so we have the reply. Ooh, I think they've actually taken away the original. Yeah, they have. Bugger it, I've lost that. But anyway, what we said was, because my comment failed to post, the ABC has sentenced itself to me making a video detailing everything noted in my censored comment. By your choice, so be it. All right, so we were attempting to reply.
When was the last time you saw something like this?
To this fucking idiot, city-bred sheeple who went to a university in the city and he thinks that money's a stupid idea. Yeah, all right. We'll switch the bloody comments off.
That's not real money, by the way.
We'll back out of that. And I'm just going to have to tell you the story. Okay, from memory, what I said was, the advocates of a cashless society are calling for a situation where the Australian economy has absolutely no resilience, zero ability to function after the grid goes down. What happened recently when Optus had a connection fit because Optus's owner, Optus Singapore, sent an incompatible request, demand, command to Optus Australia's servers and shut the whole bloody lot down and killed something like 40% of the economy of Australia for the best part of 12 hours. That's just a bare little tiny minimum foretaste. What I suggested was that any time a Chinaman or a Russian or an Indian or a Pakistani or a North Korean or perhaps an Israeli or a Frenchman or a British bomb officer decides they want to have a shit fight with Uncle Spam, Part 1, Line 1, the very first thing in the operational deployment plan handbook is nuke Pine Gap. Out there, there's a communications complex which has been talking to satellites since about 1972, and those satellites in modern times, they deal with geosynchronous spy satellites, and they command surveillance over everywhere from Cape Town all the way up South Africa, over the Middle East, the Far East, Vladivostok, all of the Pacific, all of that communications command and control to everything in the entire United States Army, Navy, and Air Force. It all goes through Pine Gap. So if you want to have a shit fight with Uncle Spam, part one, line one, nuke Pine Gap. And when you drop a fucking nuke on Pine Gap, and they'll probably drop 5 to make sure one gets there and goes off, the resulting electromagnetic pulse is going to kill every computer on the continent of Australia, which happens to be switched on at the time. And what that means is that unlike when Optus fell off its ass for 12 hours and they were able to come back up online, unlike when you get a local blackout from a lightning strike or a bushfire or something and the technicians are able to come in there, fix the hardware and put the grid back up, if every computer that's switched on in Australia dies from the electromagnetic pulse, the grid goes down and it fucking stays down, and it would take something like 12 years of technicians working out there to try and put it all back together. And during that 12 years, we've got 72 hours worth of emergency fuel at the hospital. The service station's computer at the cash register can't tell the pump to fill the police car or the fire truck or the ambulance or the SES rescue truck. So there's absolutely zero government services. The council has nothing either, because no government department anywhere on the continent of Australia by law is permitted to have any self-sufficient emergency fuel storage. All right? The fuckwits who've been running our society, propped up and applauded by the ABC's fucking piss poor excuse for journalists for the last 25 years, they have been playing to lose. Their whole idea is to wrest as much profit from the economy as possible in the final week before the wheels fall off the environment and everybody fucking dies of starvation when it all stops. What I pointed out to those stupid fuckwits who censored my comment because, oh, we can't have anybody saying this. He's mentioned global nuclear war and Pine Gap. He's mentioned the grid falling down. We can't tell the fucking sheeples in the suburbs that this is odds on fucking likely. You think global warming's going to be bad? Wait till you got no fucking electricities and no fossil carbon from the service station and nothing in the supermarket, because everything in the supermarket shows up within 24 hours of it being sold last time. Overnight delivery by fossil fuel burning trucks that all get their fucking juices from the service station that haven't got a grid to feed them. Oh no, it's going to stop very fucking hard and very fucking fast. And the dickheads in the ABC, they don't want pricks like me saying anything like that on the comment thread in case anybody else pays attention to them. They want to keep you bastards asleep. What I tried to point out was that in 1929, a fucking organisation devoted to making maximum profits in the shortest possible time called the Excited Status Stock Exchange in New York on Wall Street, it shit itself in 1929. Now, it was either 1930, late 30 or early 31. Every fucking bank in Australia shut its doors. Didn't matter what you had in your bank book. You couldn't get in the bank to get the money. Didn't matter what your bills were, what your assets were. Didn't matter what you owed to who. My grandfather employed 12 people, one of them being my father. My father was a real tight ass. He used to save, like 3/4 of his pay every week. 3 years later, he'd bought 4 blocks of land. And then the banks reopened their doors and he didn't fucking trust them. He built a house on one of the blocks of land. Then he sold the other blocks of land. And, Yeah, slowly you got to be trusting the banks again. But my father's generation, my grandfather's generation, the people born in 1885 and 1909, yeah, they found out what happens when the economy stops. And when the economy stops, cash is king. Cash is king. The only people who had any fucking hope at all were the people who had a few actual coins and notes secreted somewhere. Everybody who believed in fucking credit, they were fucked. Utterly fucked. And right now, there's an apparently powerful lobby within the city bred, university trained financial community who are advocating for a cashless society. And you know why? Because it costs a bee's dick less if you don't have front office counter staff in the banks paying attention to all of it. They can squeeze a little bit more of a dividend out of the pro fats wrested from every transaction in the entire financial community. I would not be upset if every one of these people woke up tomorrow morning and had a fucking heart attack and died. Everybody who's advocating for a cashless society, right now you are calling for humanity to extinguish itself. Right? You don't want anybody to have any fucking hope of surviving after the shit fight of a failure of a civilization that you have fucking worked your ass off towards falls on its ass. You don't want anybody to have any fucking chance of doing anything other than barter after your civilization falls on its ass. And I'd like to say, fuck you, fuck the whores you rode in on, and fuck yourself up the nose with a barbed wire bloody dildo. You really give me the shits. You don't want the next generation to have any fucking chance at all because all you're interested in is how much fucking profit you can get paid right here, right now. Bugger you with a barbed wire broomstick. Warbles on a lot to YouTube. I have absolutely no respect for any advocate of the cashless society. Every fucking one of you deserves everything that goes wrong with your life because you're such a selfish piece of shit. Ciao.